Welcome to a new episode of The Other Russian. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Himalayas and, of course, remote work because it is part of it anyway. So I wanted to spend the next, I don't know, 20 or something minutes talking about Himalayas because this place is worth visiting once in your lifetime, that is for sure. And one of the reasons being is that it is located at the heights of pretty much starting with the 2,000 meters above sea level all the way to what is it? 5,000, 5,600 Cardungla, or I may be wrong here, or 6,500. Anyway, I'm gonna go and check after. But anyway, the thing is that this is the place where you can ride either a bike or a car and then just observe those beautiful, gorgeous mountains, which at some point in time been located at the very bottom of a fucking ocean. A ocean because I don't know exactly which. But yeah, delivering on a promise on improving one thing at a time, from podcast by podcast, but I'm gonna do it. So let's gonna take a smooth transition here. Oh, nice. All right, so this is Lab. This is the place where I recorded my previous episode, or the two before, whatever. This is a view to one of the. Yeah, by the way, I have a second screen here, like attached to my laptop, so I'm gonna look at the picture, but try to not forget. Look here in the camera. Probably need to get a new camera. Right. So anyway, what I've been talking about is that this is like a typical view of a kind of walking street. Need to learn how to use some pointers here, but yeah, anyway. So this is one of the main tourist streets, and it is empty at this particular day of hour of day. Is because it's early in the morning or something like that. But yeah, on in the evenings, a lot of people walk here. Like it's extremely crowded, trust me. So this is like typical food that we had at the hotel, and typical Indian food, to my view, is pretty good. Actually, I enjoy it so far, and even throughout the 2 week trip there, I had a really one accident of mild indigestion, but it wasn't that critical anyway. So I'd say it's pretty good. Anyway, but some of my colleagues suffered, unfortunately. But it has a lot of curry, a lot of rice, vegetables, like shitload of vegetables. Moreover, it is considered that in the Indian society, and I may be wrong here, but please correct me here, that vegetarian food is considered to be privileged, whereas like meat products, whether chicken or other variations of meat like pork, yeah, are typically consumed by people with really low income. One interesting fact, which you wouldn't probably expect it to be here, but this is like backup generator. So from time to time, the lights went out, and there was the person running towards this one, turning it on, off and on again, but on actually. And it was, fuck, Nikon, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So is it Zaibatsu or not? I need to check on that. Zaibatsu is like one of the vertically integrated holdings that are existing in Japan mainly, but in other countries as well. At some point in time, I was extremely surprised to know that Samsung builds tanks. Yeah, like, what? But yeah, I mean, check me up on this. Anyway, so this is the hotel that we've stayed. Nice place. This is a typical street. This is another hotel. So as you can see, the architecture there is really like interesting, peculiar. Those roofs, but they're not kind of roofs. Well, actually, yeah, they're, I think roofs use same material. they're somewhat similar to the way they build in Hungary, for instance. And I've been there, and I noticed that there's this resemblance. I mean, only this thick part. But again, it's not only about like those two countries or locations. Of course, you can meet it in other places anyway. But uh, just check out the architecture. That there's a lot of wood, there's a lot of glass and bricks and some concrete here and there, and it is pretty much across everywhere. So you see there's another building, again, a lot of wood, concrete blocks, building blocks, or whatever, bricks, or they, I think they're like rocks more rather than bricks. Yeah, I mean, you're in the Himalayas, you have a shitload of rocks, so why not use them after all, right? So yeah, again, this is just another place. Again, walking the Zara, by the way. I mean, they have it. It's the one. Right. So, practiced on this. But yeah, I mean, just, going uphill. And by the way, it is located at 3,500 meters above Earth, up Earth, sea level, of course. And it felt for me like extremely hard because being there, ooh, transition. So being there, I had experienced hypoxia, and if you remember, I've used the balloon, oxygen balloon, and I don't remember if I've told you this or not before, but when during COVID, it was that there were lockdowns, and it was important and kind of, yeah, important to check your oxygen level. So in case it goes below like 94, it is no good. I mean, you should go to the hospital or hospitalized actually, or something like that. And when I got to Leh in Ladakh, I didn't feel it right away. It took a while to kind of get there, but Apple Watch told me that my oxygen trends changed. And well, actually, I noticed before through a one-time observation, but then it got confirmed by them that my oxygen level was 82.5%. And it was tough. So yeah, I used a lot of those balloons, but yeah, suffered significantly. So this is like typical street. This is the place where I've recorded the podcast actually. And yeah, this is a mosque. I mean, look at this. This is a no typical mosque, if you ask me. I mean, I've seen a lot of mosques, and I mean, the architecture is typically very different. And but this is like very Ladakhi mosque. Himalayan Pashmina here or something, you want to buy. Yeah, you need to try, kind of bargain with everybody whenever you're buying something because it's deep rooted. They are bargaining there. So if you buy off of first price, well, consider yourself fooled basically because 30% at least you can definitely kind of take out. So those are the flags for from more of a Tibetan influence, let's put it this way. And I've told you about the refugees, the Tibetan refugees from China that live there. There are a lot of them, but there are some really interesting refugees. So if you look at this particular place, shit, everything went nuts, right? Okay, let me. I think I'm, yeah. I don't know, maybe I broke my fingers or something happened, but I couldn't use the touch screen. So, not touch screen, touchpad. So anyway, this is like central refugee market, and if you like ask them something to check and have a look at, and you take time to, oh, by the way, it's even further, so further down there. So there was a person selling like first copies of very popular brands, let's put it this way, and for like insanely cheap prices, like I don't know, $12 basically. But of course, I mean, you cannot be real. But anyway, that lady, she had the latest iPhone, and I was like, okay, so the trade's going good. But yeah, I mean, you need to definitely bargain with them. And yeah, welcome G20. So there's been a G20 event. I mean, throughout 2022, three, shit, yeah, three, yeah. Uh, the G20 is happening, and India is being chair and host of it. And there's a lot of delegations from like G20 countries, outside Russia, of course. I wonder why. But yeah, I mean, getting together, discussing like partnership and stuff, like how to work towards progress in terms of humanity and, discuss like topics that steer entire kind, like humankind there, towards progress. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Russia is not there because it has its own fucking way, apparently. But yeah, I mean, sure, great guy. Yeah, absolutely right. Um, this is the main street, so as you can see, again, Tibetan flags and everything happening in there. And I'm gonna show you a picture at some point in time. There's be a more explanation to it, but yeah, this is very typical again, basically build living spaces. And again, even here you see the concrete, and there's a lot of wood, and there's a lot of work here. Of course, there are like simpler versions on top, but this is more of an exclusion rather than rule. But it basically confirms the rule because yeah, it is everywhere. And yeah, I mean, look at this, probably not like the best one, but yeah, gems, silver, general merchants. What do we have here? Jaipur, Rajasthan, Kerala. Oh, okay, Russia, Moscow still have is not canceled. But yeah, there are reasons why, by the way, in India nobody gives a shit about the color of my passport, because in EU countries I can definitely feel the vibe, especially when trying to open a bank account for the legal entity that registered in Cyprus. They just say, yeah, it's just too risky. And then they decline. And then you ask them, like, what happened? And then they say it's because you're Russian. Yeah, so anyway, but yeah, in India, they not only don't give a shit about those things, in a sense, they have a different connection with the nation. Because if I remember correctly, when India got in its independence, there's been period in some point in time when it felt like really hard in terms of presence of presence of food, covering food needs basically. And then there's kind of, I don't know what it is exactly, really more of a somebody a hearsay or whatever, is that India has reached out to US, US didn't help, and Russia extended the kind of grain and everything. And because of this, still in the streets in India, you can see that when people notice that I speak Russian with a colleague of mine, and they ask like, "Where are you from?" We say Russia, and they say, "Oh, добрый день." And this is like really nice to hear. And again, India is a democracy, world's biggest democracy in the world, really. And you know, they don't judge by our language or color or passport, at least. So yeah, this is Main Street again, just some art, general store. Yeah, let's go there again. Mosque that you've seen, and this is the Le Palace from shit, sixth century, century, yeah, 600 AD. Right. Anyway, I need to double check on that. But so yeah, again, main mo mosque, main mosque, Ribina, and this is like buckthorn. The interesting thing about the buckthorn here is that berry squash, Ladakh. So it is called sea buckthorn, and I mean Ladakh, 3,500 meters above sea level. Sea buckthorn, like what? Yeah, I like it. Like the taste of it because in my home country, I mean, the place I've been living at in Urals, and Urals are the mountains that separate the two plateaus, the Europe and Asia. So yeah, I mean, we had a lot of ribena, right? Yeah, I think that's the name. But yeah, it's very. I was very intrigued to see it in Le. So yeah, those are the mountains, cloudy day, a lot of dogs, like a lot, and cows, of course. I mean, they're sacred animals. You can meet them anywhere. Even when you're driving in Delhi to Indira Gandhi International, and there's like kind of speedy road. So you go there, and there are no places where cars can enter from any like left or right. Basically, it's just one way, more of a tunnel, it feels. And then you're riding, I mean, riding, yeah, I guess, in the back seat, and then you see all of a sudden there's a herd of cows in front of you. You're like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, sacred, of course, so they can go wherever they want to. Yeah, dogs again, a lot of dogs. This is like really, I don't know. Well, just decide for yourself. I think I've showed it to you before, right? So let's go further because I didn't have a chance to like take you through some carpets, jewelry. Yeah, this is like typical things that you can buy there. A lot of silver, a lot of like cloths and everything. You've seen one behind my back last time. My wife told me to take it off because I'm destroying the balance here, apparently. So there's singing bowls, and it is an art to use them so that they create this extremely high pitch sound. Some masks. Thought about buying Ganesh, but I already have one. So yeah, some again stuff by a refugee market. What kind of phone? Yeah, so typical refugee, right? I mean, you can tell. So, right, refugee market. Yeah, this is an interesting one. So no littering. Those are the fines, penalties in rupees. In Indian rupee is roughly so 84 rupees is $1. So yeah, guess like 13, 13. Fuck yeah, whatever. Demolition waste, single-use items, burn of waste, no spitting, open defecation. So basically, you can pay, what? I mean, let me do the math here so that I'm extremely correct here. $12, I mean, defecate and pay $12 as a fine. And you're like, yeah, I mean, why not? Um, So yeah, yeah, some markets, some places, cafes, some places with Wi-Fi, and it's an interesting experience. So if you've been there and you go from one place to another and you stop at a cafe to get a coffee and connect to Wi-Fi, and in this area you cannot use your SIM card wherever you've brought it from, because unless it is purchased locally in Ladakh, it will not work. It will be disconnected from the entire like telecom tower service basically, and there's like be zero bars and no service at all. But once you stop at the cafes, you get connected through Wi-Fi, so you pass, and from time to time you get like digital detoxized, digital detox, digital de-detoxized shit, right? Something like that. Anyway, going back here. So yeah, again, mountains, stupas. So stupas, there's like Buddha basically. So this is the resemblance of Buddha's body. So there's the legs, the body, the head, of course. But I may be wrong here, but typically they're used for like burial reasons, mainly. I mean, all yeah, again, Ladakh palace, yeah, palace. People are being cremated. A lot of dogs everywhere in the shadows. So the UV index at 11 a.m. was 12. For those of you who it matters nothing, UV index 12 is something that can literally burn your skin and then lead to cancer eventually. But just, you can get red as lobster, as they were saying in Maine in Algonquin. Yeah, so this is the place where you can buy meat. By the way, it was like 22 outside, but it felt hotter because of sun, I guess. Shit, what the fuck am I doing here? I mean, right. Yeah, I need to find a way to demonstrate it more beautiful, eloquently. So again, the place where I've recorded, yeah, so I've been sitting there and recording. So this is the place, second floor or third floor or fourth, I don't remember, but yeah, you go down, dogs. Dogs. I'm a dog owner. I mean, I cannot pass by a dog. Yeah, so there's some, it's not a month of to rejoice, it's a month to mourn the martyrdom of beloved grandson of Holy Prophet Muhammad. Okay, all right. I mean, this is the combination of cultures, basically. Buddhism is not, I mean, it is kind of a religion, but it's not religion. I mean, shit, I don't know. I mean, in civilization, once you play it, it is a fucking religion. But I mean, generally speaking, Buddha wasn't the god; it was just a guy from a privileged family. Whereas the Muslim or shit, using an incorrect term here. Mus- Anyway, so combination of religions, nobody gives a shit. Everybody live together peacefully because they're dogs. A lot of dogs, like dogs everywhere. Like why not stand there and just, observe? Yeah, this is Alajit too. This is an interesting stuff. I mean, it is a mineral basically, humus, and you can Google it or I'll send a link in the description. But yeah, I mean, this shit can reverse engineer aging process basically. Yeah, so Himalayas again. Okay, so that's Cav probably, right? Yeah, so went on the trip. Oh yeah, that's me sitting there. So yeah, going to some Himalayas just to, see with our eyes the beauties, the nature, the landscapes. One of the most, actually, not most, but one of Russian painters, Rerich, spent a lot of time in Himalayas. He painted like 2000 or seven, no, 700 or 2000 paintings. And yeah, I mean, some of them were dedicated to just Himalayas because, I mean, look at this. You can really see why. And by the way, this is the road. Yeah, so you can see, roughly elevation is 400 meters above sea. And those guys, I wear a helmet. I don't give a shit. I mean, if I'm supposed to die, I'm supposed to die, right? So this was the road through which we've elevated. So it was like a serpentine or however you say it. So those are the 7,000s behind us, I think, or 6,500ers or whatever. So kind of two-way road. So yeah, again, we were coming here and there's like a huge canyon in a sense, and there's this road heading up, and this is where we were going to as well in this manner. So yeah, just passing by, looking at all those beautiful sights is just insane, I tell you. This is Leia. So this was the place where I recorded the podcast. The palace was somewhere there, so this is like 3,500 meters. This here, I think, is already 4,500 meters. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Just beautiful, like insanely beautiful. And then you just go further and further and you see like different variations of it. One and only thing I'm sorry is that we didn't have a chance to go through those places during the twilight time because the mountains, and it's second time I've been there. I've been there before, first time 2018, and the second time I miss this feeling of those mountains changing colors with the sunset happening, basically. So yeah, again, this is the road that takes you to the highest motorized passover on the planet. Those were just, regular cars passing in various directions. This is the road. So you drive on the left-hand side, of course. You're in India, 'cause it's British colony, even though. Indians are not that in kind of fans of y- Britain. Probably, yeah. So anyway, there is some still presence from past happening there. So this is the way to the Kardungla, and Kardungla is the highest motorized passover. So this is like closely getting there, and I don't remember what's the height of it. Fuck. Either 5,600 or 6,500, but I don't remember which is which. But when I was there, my brain just melted. There was like piece of metal in the back of my head, and I was just dying slowly. And those are the mountains that you can see from the top. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you're just on top of a fucking mountain and look at other mountains and they have snow. You're like, ah, motherfuckers, you're below me. But yeah, I mean, stupas. Again, look at this. This is just insane. I mean, yeah, clouds, but yeah, that's just incredibly beautiful. So those are the flags from, yeah, just pieces of snow gradually melting and creating rivers that become this. Yeah, it was pretty cold, so I put my hand in it, not leg, it wasn't there yet. But yeah, I mean, just look at those views. This is insane. This is just a cow, passing by. I mean, and people go there. Oh, by the way, they have a binary system, I guess. Yeah, so it's he, she toilet, and toilets in India are not the biggest problem, but one of course. So anyway, but some toilets have this incredible view. Like you look at it and it's just wow. You're in the toilet and there's a window through which, I mean, they're particularly in Leh, or no, not in Leh, but in the Himalaya region. Probably, yeah, I think I have a picture of one. Further on. So yeah, again, roads, mountains. I mean, look at this. It's just like they're like 1,500 meters above you, and you are, on top. Yeah, some trees here happening. Again, some mountains. So those are 7,000. So there would be a map so further down the road somewhere, and there will be a location of some of like highest mountains and peaks in the region. And yeah, I think though, if I remember correctly, there was one with the 7,000 meters above sea level. So yeah, again, and still there's electricity. I mean, you can see, but in some cases, those pillars, they're not like this, but they're like this because, a landslide happened. Oh, yeah, by the way, talking about landslide. So yeah, there it is. One of the most dangerous roads on the planet. But yeah, I mean, you can go there. So granite, if I understand correctly here, granite and some other variations of stone. And unfortunately, I'm not that good into stones, even though I come from Urals. I was supposed to be good in stones. But yeah, anyway, so this is Nubra Valley, and Nubra Valley is after a river Nubra, if again I'm not mistaken here. But somewhere there, if again I'm not mistaken, is Pakistan. It was like maybe 80 kilometers or 100 or less. So yeah, just somewhere there is Pakistan border, and those regions are still under question because there's been some, let's put it, incidents in the past where almost a third or first nuclear war started at some point in time. Luckily, it didn't happen. Otherwise, we'd all be dead by now. or wouldn't have existed in the first place. So yeah, again, Nubra Valley, just look at this valley, and those are again the elevation here is 300 meters. 300, yeah, above sea level, and this is like 5.6 kilometers. I'm gonna fuck entire like systems like imperial whatever. Yeah, so again, look at these gorgeous views here. I mean, this is just some icebergs. They're melting or something is happening with them. They're going and forming rivers and just, it blooms and it is a desert pretty much actually. There are dunes, white dunes there. No, not those, but there will be. So yeah, but overall, the water creates life here. I mean, you're in a desert, and those who control water control life, basically, in a sense. So yeah, this is Diskit Monastery, which we visited, but not for this time. So we went to Stupa, so Buddha. This is Diskit Monastery, very nice place. Yeah, been views, those views. Jeez. I mean, the quality of this picture is probably not the best, but it should be pretty good. So yeah, again, some Buddhas here, and yeah, that flags. So colors: white, green, yellow, blue, red, black. Om Mani Padme Hum, if again I remember correctly. So yeah, lute, meditation, morality, diligence, pride. I need to go through this at some point in time. 2001. Okay, well, I guess it should have been an earlier source, but yeah. Damn, again, I broke it all. It's not fucking working. What's happening? Yeah, let me go back quickly here. Yeah, there it is again. Oh, sorry, probably bad on me, making pictures of people praying, but I apologize for that. That was never intention to insult anybody. It's just, yeah, I admired the ritual. So yeah, this is are the mountains. Again, I mean, I don't even know what to comment here. Yeah, so yeah, this way is Pakistan. Yeah. Ah, toilets, right? Talking about toilets. And by the way, they're so for those who've used it, or just to understand how it works, this particular one was disconnected from the tube. So if you pee basically on your feet. But the view, of course. I mean, you can, yeah. Anyway, so again, this is the cars. Oh, I like this. These are like crossroad signs to hotels or stays or houses or camps. There are a lot of camps. A lot of people again use motorcycles and stop overnight. But yeah, I mean, just look at this. Hotels, guest houses, and camps. So they're categorized, and those are the names. Just right or left, whatever. There you'll figure it out. And those are like typical trucks in the region. Very fancy, very good looking. I mean, you can see people put a lot of efforts in building them. Again, some street signs, artisan bazaar. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Damn, I don't even understand how am I doing this all each time. Okay, anyway. So yeah, mountains, view from a place we've been taken to. So there will be dunes, white dunes, I told you. So that was the road where we've passed by, and these were the dunes, and those were just the trees growing there. Like, yeah, some camels and camels being, I think, exploited because in my view, this is fucking, where was it? Yeah, I mean, they connected to their nostrils, right? So, I mean, yeah, anyway. So, cows again, everywhere, anywhere, cows, dogs. So this is Diskit Monastery, the one that I showed you before, and this is again the view. Ooh, those monks, they use solar. Good guys. Good guys. Right, again, view magnificent, just simply gorgeous. I mean, look at this. This is just insane. Like, seriously. Yeah, some roads here going up to the monastery. Lock or lock, yeah, I guess. So from maybe 1200 years before, no, 600, 1200 years before, yeah, probably 12 or even more. I don't remember. Need to check on that. So yeah, again, monastery. This is like interesting. So the monastery is on the left, and there is a wall. Basically, nothing happening. This is just a waterfall, but not really a waterfall, a river, basically from a melting iceberg. Anyway, and some people just go there using this rope, and I don't know how they do this, but I mean, look, they're just writing their names because why not? But I mean that road, I don't know. I mean this is insane. This is just insane. Okay, ooh, the views. So yeah, finally, some evening view, and of course you can see that the light changes it all. I mean, look at the structures. Like this is insane. Those are like nets from melting. Those are from bottoms of the ocean, a ocean, the ocean, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you can see, there's shades. Yeah, some dogs, of course, trying to eat your hand or leg. This was the hotel that we stayed at. I mean, it's beautiful. Just look at it. Yeah, so this is the area. Yeah, I should have, I maybe, can I? Yeah, I can. Beautiful. So, give me a sec here. I'm wrapping up actually, or not. Shit. Yeah, so 6100. You can see what else? I don't know. 5900. Yeah. Shit, where was it? 35, 54. Yeah, they were 8,000? No. Or it's 6 or 8. No. 3, 5. What the fuck? So 51. Yeah, anyway, so there's been Ladakh range. So there's been some 7,000. Yeah, there they are. So shit, you can see here 73, 75 even. I mean, oof, this is like high, high, high. Yeah, right. Oh, by the way, pool. Why not? Yeah, again, use cows. Cows, of course. I mean, roads, mountains and just mountains, mountains and trucks. So caravans of trucks. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, look at this. This is just insane. I don't even know what to say here really. So this is panoramic view, and we've got blocked because they've been dismantling, actually expanding the road. So yeah, I mean, interesting experience just to get stuck in a construction work place somewhere high on again 3,500 or so meters above sea level. It's just an experience that is very different because that rock next to you could just fall off and easily kill all of you. But yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, and you see, yeah, they're expanding it, like growing it, extending it, and this is like an excavator there, working, and then at some point, so this entire block got kind of pieces got blocked. But yeah, I mean, interesting stay. People just sitting there, and boom, this is like next to you and actually above you, once you're in this road. Yeah, I mean, ooh, interesting. And those were the guys drilling holes. And if I again understand correctly, those were supposed to be used for then releasing dynamite. Or maybe I'm wrong here, but correct me. Yeah, so again, views, and finally we took off further on down the road. Yeah, there were a lot of like yellow signs, Biklingo green, and the copywriting on some of them is just like insane. I need to wrap up because I need a call to make actually. Oh yeah, some Ginas there or not. Anyway, Okay, yeah, just some bricks lying in here. Oof. Damn. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop here and wrap up because I got like a lot more to show you. But yeah, just to continue the conversation, put a small cliffhanger here. So again, thanks for watching, and I didn't even notice how it is almost 40 minutes. So, well, thank you for spending this time with me, and see you next time.